Once Braxis, twice shy, Part 2. Turbo backed away from Leader 1 and ran, with Leader 1 and Smallfoot in pursuit. He ran smack into Bad Boy, who had been alerted by the mesmerized Leader 1. Bad Boy wasted time gloating, and got a chest full of blaster for his trouble. Still, Guardians were pouring in from all sides, and Turbo couldn't dodge them forever. He ducked down an alley between barracks and realized it was a dead end. He turned to face the inevitable Guardian onslaught, only to have Pumper and Moto-san pass right by him. Scooter had thrown up a hologram. His lack of a blaster made him immune to the destabilizer cannon upgrade. Turbo and Scooter, along with Matt, Nick, and AJ, wondered how they were going to rescue their friends. They saw little choice but to flee the base, to put some distance between them and their former allies, and get enough time to think of a plan. They eluded spotlights from the likes of Ace and Spy Eye, and made their way to the countryside. Meanwhile, my thruster landed directly in the heart of Unicom territory. Braxis's plan had worked out well for me, and I greeted him gregariously. Leader 1 even knelt at my feet, a sight that I shall treasure forever. Braxis, bursting with pride, offered to take me on a tour of the facility, my new headquarters on Earth. I accepted, and Gunner, Fightor, and I strode proudly through the base. I was starting to get impatient, but he insisted that his grandest accomplishment was right ahead. I grumbled but proceeded. After all, he had just handed me my greatest victory. He gestured for us to enter a large clearing, the perimeter of which was littered with high-tech junk. "Well," I asked, "I haven't got all day." He smirked at me and pulled a lever. "Actually, you have," he observed, and a force field sprang up around the three of us. I ranted that he'd never get away with this, but he assured me he had thought of everything. He pulled a switch, and a simulacrum of me appeared on the screen, mimicking every sound Braxis made. He explained that it was a modification of Unicom's own descrambler circuit that made the deception possible. Curse him. The ersatz cycle ordered all renegades come to Earth to immediately get the real destabilizer cannon upgrade. Copter noted that he didn't realize there was a real destabilizer cannon, but Crasher told him to shut up and not make me angry. Turbo and Scooter watched from the hills as thruster after thruster landed, and each of my idiot men was processed in turn. Faced with the prospect of every GoBot being enslaved to Braxis's will, they decided they needed some help. They staged a quick raid and lured Copter and Crasher away, before using a hologram to divert attention elsewhere. Once they had isolated my most trusted lieutenants, they tried to convince them of Braxis's ill intent. Crasher was quick to dismiss their warnings, but Copter wasn't so sure. He had noticed that I was acting funny ever since I went into the base and didn't come out, which caused Scooter to realize that the descrambler circuit could be used to fake a video image of Psyche. Copter was certain that it was a fake, and convinced Crasher to go along with Turbo and Scooter. By this point, every other Guardian and Renegade had been upgraded by Braxis, and they faced the combined force of the entire Guardian and Renegade armies. A frontal assault was out of the question, but Crasher suggested subterfuge. Soon thereafter, Braxis received a call from Leader 1, telling him that Turbo, Scooter, Crasher, and Copter had been spotted attacking the base from the south side. Braxis ordered all GoBots but his personal guard to converge on the south side to crush the last free GoBots once and for all. When they arrived, however, There was no attack in progress. Leader 1 was a video fake, concocted by Scooter using the same descrambler circuit. Frantically, Braxis ordered all GoBots back to his position, but it was too late. Crusher, Copter, and Turbo had already raced to his position and easily overwhelmed Snoop and Jack Attack. Copter threatened him with his blade if he didn't immediately tell Scooter how to reverse the destabilizer cannon modification, and the sniveling worm complied. Suddenly, all Guardians and Renegades were free. Claws, who along with Bullseye had been guarding me, came to his senses and freed me and my officers before the Guardian Dullard could react. I burst through the ceiling and ordered all Renegades to withdraw. There was no sense in having a battle this large on ground not of my own choosing. Leader 1 let us go, content with Braxis as a prize. He apologized to Turbo for dismissing his concerns, saying that I had hoped to find the good in him, but I suppose a leopard can't change his spots. Scooter then joked that, yes, but he can certainly make a convincing computer simulation of having done so, which everyone seemed to find amusing. Yawn.